in this world where now suddenly we've got this explosion of content where everyone is sort of a creator in one sense or the other, it's like, where do you as a viewer want to spend your time and attention? Like what's actually meaningful to you? And I think it really comes down to kind of a few key components of what makes content great. Is it something inspiring? So I think that applies to a lot of travel creators and travel brands as well, like hotels. I mean, do you create kind of an atmosphere on your social media accounts that makes someone want to book a trip there, want to kind of go on that trip with you? Is your content entertaining? And I think TikTok has really, stolen the show on what this means in the last few years. And I think people really do look to be entertained. They look for that content where you have to tag a friend in the caption because it was so funny. You have to DM it to that one person who will understand why this made you laugh so hard. And I think that's really powerful. And then there's really the education component, which is, did I walk away learning something valuable here? Like, did this teach me something new? Did I learn a new skill? Did I walk away feeling like I have leveled up my education in one small way or another? And that's really where I like to focus a lot of my content personally. And that's also what I think really distinguishes Jump Rope as a platform compared to other social platforms, because at Jump Rope, we want to be the place where you can discover how to do anything. So whether that's navigate your favorite city like a local, or learn a new recipe, or recreate a killer beauty tutorial, I think that it really all comes back to that part that you want to walk away from watching a Jump Rope feeling like you really learned something. And so that's, I know for our platform, what makes content really exceptional and stand out.
That's great. Okay, so your 3 tenets of good content. Number 1, inspiring. Number 2, entertaining. Or number 3, educational. And educational seems like the one that I think it's the easiest for some of us to wrap our heads around, right? To think about inspirational is a little bit out there in the universe. But as hotels, I think there are opportunities to create travel guides, like you're saying, and that's a way to share the destination outside of their 4 walls. So I know you're going to help us kind of jump in and think about this content. Put your hotel marketer thinking cap on with me, and I want to talk more about video and how hotels can apply this at their property. Okay, so before we jump into the how, let's talk about where. So what channels do you think travel content creators, and more specifically hotel marketers, might be missing out on, and where are the opportunities today? You talked about TikTok, you talked about YouTube. It's a lot. So how do we navigate? Where should we put our content?
Yeah, I think this is a question that, so many brands and content creators face, right? It's like, where's the attention today? Is today it's all about Instagram, tomorrow it's going to be all about TikTok. The next week there's going to be a new platform popping up that we haven't even heard of yet. So how can you really maximize what you do have and be strategic about it? And I will go back and talk about Jump Rope for just a second, because one thing that's great about Jump Rope is when you create a video on our platform, you also get exports for every other social media platform. So the video gets published to Jump Rope, but what the app does, it is actually perfectly formats the videos for you for every other social media platform as well. So you can create a video and then download the export in a horizontal for YouTube. You can get a 9:16 1-minute sped up video for TikTok. You'll get the added benefit when you create on Jump Rope of not just being able to streamline and share to any and all of your social media channels, but there's also a new audience just waiting out there on Jump Rope to discover you as well. And we've had, like one new travel creator in November created her first Jump Rope and had 14,000 views just on Jump Rope, the platform, within like a couple days of creating. As far as other channels that, hotel marketers, could incorporate as well, I mean, I think YouTube is huge, just even getting a 60-second shout out in a travel vlog of like a big creator could be game changing for a hotel. I actually was just thinking about this the other day because I'm watching this season of The Bachelor, but they're having to film, in pod type locations. So the La Quinta in Palm Springs was where they filmed the last season of The Bachelorette. And now Nemacolin in Pennsylvania is where they're filming this current season. And all these camera angles and everything, I'm staring at this place going, I would go there. Like, it's an hour south of Pittsburgh, would have never ventured over there had I not seen it on these shows. So I think, but that kind of ties into like utilizing celebrities, utilizing influencers, utilizing people who have a really engaged following who want to learn more about this. And so I think depending on the hotel, depending on the region, there's huge potential with like TikTok and Reels. There's so much potential on Pinterest, because again, that's another really visual search engine that's so powerful for travel.
Yeah.
And I think, obviously also jump rope is very up and coming for travel as well. So there's a lot of possibility there.
Yeah, so maybe the idea is find the creator that you want to work with and then use their channels. When you find that creator, it's probably because you've seen some of their content. So you could create content with them on YouTube if that's their thing, or TikTok. And a lot of creators, to your point, are using something like jump rope so that they can spread their content out across all channels and have it completely optimized, which, by the way, blows my mind.
You see
I
now why I'm so obsessed, right?
I didn't know that. And I'm still in Canva trying to resize video.
So maybe you want to
Yeah.
create a travel guide on jump rope that is more like an itinerary, right? So like 3 days in San Diego, for example. So you can add a numbered card to start out with, and then you can add a couple of blank cards after that to kind of add more detail. So if your recommendation, I was supposed to go to San Diego, so let's see what I would have done. If your recommendation was to like spend the day in La Jolla, it's like, spend the day in La Jolla. We stayed at this amazing Airbnb. For lunch, you have to stop by here. That's the next card. And then make sure that you end your day with a walk along the beach at sunset and grab a drink at this nearby place. I think Scott Eastwood has a bar over there. Not that I know that. But yeah, so I think, being able to say, okay, and then that was day one. Now you pull up another numbered card and you have day two. So having both numbered cards and blank cards in the jump rope gives a lot more flexibility, especially for a category like travel, where maybe it's not a step-by-step tutorial. It could be. I've definitely seen things on jump rope, like how to pack your suitcase for
Sure.
a long weekend, or how to, maybe like a walking tour where you actually have 10 stops in San Antonio and you map out exactly where you're going to walk and where you're going to stop along the way. But it is really that kind of one at a time format. And each card can be up to a minute of video. And there's no limit to how many cards you can have in a jump rope.
Wow. Okay. That's so interesting. And see, you're thinking like an editor, and, the idea of your walking tours, or, 3 days in San Diego. That is how we hotel marketers need to be thinking. It's like an editor.